This looks a little like the inside of my aunt's player piano. I wonder what goes on this spool. Let's see. Miles said the song is on the 3rd roll. This must be it. Time to start crawling. This goes to the space underneath the carousel. Wonder what that is. There's something up there. Looks like a letter. The ballroom? That's what was converted into the haunted house. So, there was a door to Kessler's workshop by the radiator in what's now the haunted house. The take-up dowel is broken.
Hello, Nancy. How goes it?
I found something underneath the carousel that looks like it might be a remote control device.
Oh, I'd like to see it. Interesting. I looked under there. Wonder how I missed it. May I have this?
Actually, I'd kind of like to keep it.
Suit yourself.
Did you know that the man who carved the carousel horses had a workshop under what's now the haunted house?
How appropriate, considering Kessler's belief in the supernatural and all.
I heard some strange sounds the last time I was in there. They seem to be coming from below.
That's odd. I've been doing a lot of work in there lately, and I haven't heard any strange noises. So either your ears are better than mine, or your imagination is.
I understand that you know the man who got hurt in that roller coaster accident, Lance Huffington?
I've talked to him. I don't really know him.
What did you talk to him about?
Look, what are you getting at?
I was just wondering if maybe you and he are in cahoots.
Are you suggesting that he and I planned the accident? He gets on the coaster, I shut off the power, he cries whiplash and gives me half of whatever he gets from the lawsuit? Interesting theory. Unfortunately, it's totally wrong. I called him to tell him to rub his neck 3 times a day with witch hazel and lavender. If his neck is really injured, that will cure it. Why are you so eager to accuse me of something?
Because you seem to have a lot of money, far more than the park pays you. I can't help but wonder where it's coming from.
All right. I have been making money on the side, but it's not what you think. I've been helping someone design a roller coaster. I even let him borrow the blueprints for our coaster, so he could study them, not steal them. I kept it secret because it could be construed as conflict of interest. This guy knows I'm taking a risk, so he pays me very well. Now, your turn. It's obvious that you've been nosing around in here. How did you get in?
Someone made a tape of you entering your security code into the keypad outside, which I just happened to see.
Harlan. I knew it bugged him that this place was off limits, but spying on me? That guy's got a real problem. As for you, I'd appreciate it if you would kindly remove your nice and deficient little self from my office. I have work to do.
Hey, Nance, what's going on?
I need to make a dowel to replace this broken one from the band organ. Would it be all right if I used your equipment? I won't make a mess, I promise.
Sure. Got a lathe, wooden rods, safety goggles? Knock yourself out. I gotta go run an errand, though, so try not to cut off any appendages until I get back.
That's a Poppy Dada. Those look like horse tails. If Elliot wrote this guy's number down, maybe I should too. That looks perfect. Better leave these goggles here. Would it be okay if I took some tape? It might come in handy.
Help yourself.
This is where the air comes out. I better turn this off.
Will Nancy Drew please report immediately to the security office? And by immediately, I mean don't even think about doing anything else.
I just got off the phone with Miss Santos. Where do you get off telling her I'm some kind of jewel-thieving peeping Tom?
She called you?
Of course she called. She hired me because she thought I deserved a second chance. She wanted to make sure I hadn't betrayed her trust, which I hadn't, by the way.
It's just that when I found out you'd been spying on some of your co-workers...
I wasn't spying on them. I really think that to do my job right, I should be able to go anywhere in the park. You know, in case of emergencies. Okay, so maybe I'm trying a little too hard. Maybe people's entry codes should be off limits. It's just that this job means everything to me. I don't want to screw it up.
I guess I was a little overzealous too. I'm really sorry. I'll see you around.
Any luck?
I think we're all set. I know the tune, and I've got a harmonica.
Play it for Miles and see what happens.
My oral sensors are ready. Suck it to me. Hooray!
I remember that song. I did ride the carousel. Over and over and over. Always the same horse. Always the same black horse.
You loved the carousel, and you loved one horse in particular. It was not the lead horse, and it was not spectacular, but you loved it, Joy. What was its name?
I can't remember.
Do you know the name?
Of course I do. I am
Miles, the magnificent memory machine!
However, I am not programmed to continue unless and until you remember the name of that horse. You loved it so much that your mother bought it for you.
She was the one who bought the horse off the carousel? Then I know the name. Glory.
Glory. That's right. Glory. My mother gave him to me for my birthday. My 4th birthday. She died in a car accident that very night.
Your mother was the one who bought that horse. I wonder what happened to it.
I hated the park after my mother died. I hated the carousel. And I hated that horse. I blamed it for what happened to my mother. I had my father destroy it.
But your father did not destroy it. Instead, he stored it. He hoped that someday, with the help of
Miles, the magnificent memory machine.
You would come to terms with your past. And because that is what you are doing, here is the third and final riddle. Ask Tink for the book you and I used to read about Kessler and Amelia So Kind. Give her nickname a spin on spook number 10. Then the brass prize arranged on its forearm so strange. And something long lost and cherished you'll find.
Tink's the guy who runs a carousel. Let's give him a call. I've got his number.
No. Nancy, I did something terrible. I turned the power off to the roller coaster and caused the accident that shut down the park. I blamed Miss Santos for my father's death, just like I blamed that horse for what happened to my mother. I feel horrible. Keep going without me, Nancy. I have to go see Miss Santos and apologize.